In today's video, we will discuss about one common mistake that content creators and bloggers make when it comes to filling in their AdSense form. All right? This information will help you if maybe you are not monetized on YouTube or on your blog, but know that one day you will apply for AdSense. So let me walk you through on this mistake and how to avoid it so that after applying for AdSense, you don't get rejected. All right. So this has to do with name arrangement and how to fill it properly. Many people have had their AdSense application rejected many times. Until today, they're not able to use AdSense because of this problem. So let's get to screen and I will show you the correct way to fill this form. All right. Okay, on the assumption that this is my ID, national ID, that I want to use for filling of AdSense form, the ID section. All right. This is my name, Terry Michael. All right. And these are my other details. All right. Our interest here is on this name. Okay, so on the assumption that you're from United States, Africans should hold on. I'm going to come to African people that live in Africa with Nigeria as a specific location. So on the assumption that you are from United States, all right, this Terry becomes your first name, all right, and this becomes your last name. So if you're from that location, filling ID may not be a problem. Filling the ID information may not be a problem. All right. So Terry Michael. So let me take you to a firm which I assume is needed. That in fact, let me take you to a form, a sample of Google form where you are going to fill the information on the AdSense page. All right. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are on the assumption that this is Google AdSense page, all right, where you're required to fill your ID information. If you want to fill first name here, first name will be Terry, all right, Terry, all right. Then last name will be Michael, all right, because that is the last name that appears on the ID, all right. Sorry, Michael. All right. Then let's take a look at this. This is the first, this is the last name. So everything matches here. Okay. So if you are filling AdSense form, in this case, on the assumption that this is AdSense form where you are required to fill the detail of your ID. Once you fill this, you click on what? Submit form. Google AdSense will get it from their end. All right, and do the verification. But if you make a mistake and pick this Michael and fill here, and pick Terry and fill here, the form will be rejected. Once you submit, your application will be rejected because this is done automatically. All right. So once the system scans your ID and compare it with information you fill, and everything does not match, it will reject it. Okay, so don't make that mistake. Okay, so let's go to the area on the assumption that okay, for people that are from Nigeria or maybe specifically Africa, specifically Nigeria. So if you are maybe from Nigeria, you know that this Terry, the way we arrange our name on ID, this Terry is going to be your surname. Yes. And this becomes your first name. If you're from Nigeria, get it right. This is the standard we use here. Terry becomes your surname. Michael becomes your first name. Because here we mention surname first before first name. We don't arrange like United States, people from US. Okay, so here we use surname first before Michael. So this is surname and this is Michael. All right. So if you are to fill this on your AdSense page, all right, what you still need to do is what is the first name that appears on that ID? That is Terry. They don't care, all right? Terry is the first name that appears on that ID. So you fill it as Terry. Then the last name on that ID is what? Michael. You fill it as Michael. Forgetting about the way you people fill it in your country. Okay? So your interest should be what is the first name on that ID and what is the last name on that ID. That should be your interest. So once you fill it correctly, first name on the ID is Terry and last name on the ID is Michael. You submit. everything will go on fine. Once the verification is done, all right, once the check is done, Google will approve your application and you become a member of Google AdSense. So if you're a content creator on YouTube, that means your application will be approved. So that is it. I believe this content helps you. Please, if it does help, consider subscribing to this channel. Here we teach technology, YouTube education, and self-publishing. All right. So subscribe to learn more. Leave a comment in the comment section down here and hit the like button, the one that points up like this, so that YouTube will recommend this video to more people to learn as well. All right. You can watch this video here to learn more on AdSense questions and answers to grow in knowledge of art science. Thank you and see you some other time. Stay blessed.